Hi, I'm Elle and welcome to eSpares. In this video, I'm going to show you how to test an element in an oven using a multimeter. So if you find that the power seems to be connecting to your oven as normal, but the oven isn't getting hot, the element is the most likely cause, although it could also be the thermostat or the selector switch. But in this video, we're going to be focusing on the element. So before you start any work, it's important to disconnect the power from the appliance. So either switch off and unplug the machine, or if it's wired in, just flick the switch in the kitchen that powers the cooker, and also go to the fuse box and flick the switch there that powers the cooker as well to be extra safe. For this process, all you'll need is a Phillips head screwdriver and of course the multimeter itself. Not everyone is familiar with multimeters, so let's take a quick look at how they work. A multimeter is a testing tool and it can be used to measure current, resistance and voltage. And one of the uses of a multimeter is to test parts within appliances to see whether or not they're faulty. First off, you'll need to remove the screws around the edge of the back panel here to access the inside of the machine. Then we can just pull the back panel out and then just separate it from the machine. So now you can see the back of the machine and you can see the wires connecting to the element at the back here. So these are the ones we're interested in. At this point you might want to take a photo just so you can remember when it comes to putting the wires back in place which order they connect. So now we can go ahead and just remove the connections. So before we test the element, we just need to make sure the multimeter is set up correctly. So to attach the probes, just make sure that black connects to black and red connects to red. And also for this we want to have the multimeter on the continuity setting and then simply switch it on. So grab your two probes and just touch them the outer two tabs here, and what we're looking for is a beep if it's fine. So this element doesn't have any issues, but if you don't hear a beep, you need to replace it. If you do find that you need to replace your element, to access it, just remove any shelves, and then what we want to do is remove this back panel here by taking out the screws here with your Phillips head screwdriver. Now that we can access the element, we just need to unscrew the two screws here, keeping it in place. Then there's just one final screw at the bottom here. With all the screws removed, it's very easy to just lift the element away. With the element removed, you're ready to go ahead and replace it with a new one. But to make sure that your new element fits the make and model of your cooker, you will need to know the model number. To help you, if you just have a look at our video up here on how to find the model number on an oven, and we'll show you how. So first step of getting the element back in, if you just position it back where it was before and then start to replace the screws. Now we can go ahead and replace the panel covering the element. You just need to reattach the 4 screws. We can replace the trays now. So if you head to the back of the oven again, and what we want to do now is just reconnect the wires. If you do need to make reference to the photo you took earlier, then just make sure to do so. So reconnect all three. Like so. So if you reposition your back panel in place, and then it's just a case of putting the screws back to secure it. And there you have it, how to test the oven element using a multimeter. Now obviously at the beginning of this video we did tell you a few things to keep your appliance safe, but there are more things that you can do just to make sure that you're running your machine as safely as possible. So check out our video down below for safety checks for your oven. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe for diagnosis, maintenance and repairs videos on all the appliances around your home. Thanks for watching.